on, guys? It is Jaden, and I am joined with our resident expert, Caleb, to talk Week 11 trades. For some, the trade deadline has already passed, but for others, it is looming upon us. Or it is more crucial now than it was to go out and make your final trades. And Caleb has who you should be looking to trade for and who you should probably be getting rid of before playoffs. So with that, we are going to go on ahead and have him tell us who we should be looking to target in trades for Week 11.
Yeah, so the first player I like a lot is Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Burrow's coming off of a bad game going up against Pittsburgh. I mean, you can't really blame him for that. He's a rookie quarterback playing against the best defense in the NFL. So he's kind of bound to have a rough game against Pittsburgh. But his schedule for the playoffs and just for the entire season going forward is really favorable. It's one of the easiest schedules that I've seen. So if you can get Joe Burrow, if you're a quarterback needy team right now, go and get Burrow. His value is going to be fairly low coming off of this bad game, but it should brighten up for him. And he's been chucking the ball around so much that he's going to score plenty of fantasy points. Now, another player I think you should go grab is running back Kareem Hunt for the Cleveland Browns. Now, his owners might be kind of low on him since Nick Chubb finally returned this past week, and Chubb had a great game. He broke off a long run at the end of that game for the Browns, and it's likely one of the talking points around fantasy football this week. And that's going to kind of cast a shadow over Kareem Hunt right now and lower his value a bit because people don't like running backs by committee. But the fact of the matter is that both Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are running RB1s for the Browns. They run the ball so much and so effectively, and Kareem Hunt has the upside of getting more work in the passing game that I like Hunt even more than Chubb. So if you can go and get Hunt at a discount, go and do it now. I also like running back Zach Moss for the Buffalo Bills. Now, he did not have a great Week 10. The Bills have shown that they are very content to just air the ball out, and that's great for them, but it's probably not going to work every week. Eventually, Moss is going to have a great game where he scores a couple of touchdowns because he's getting the goal line carries for the Buffalo Bills, and he's starting to out-snap Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary is just more and more getting kind of phased out of that offense, and Moss is becoming that guy. And I think going forward in the playoffs, he will be a valuable flex play that you can start consistently. I also think that you should go out and grab Will Fuller if he's available, if you can convince the owner to part with him. Fuller is coming off of a down game where he was playing against the Browns. This was a game that had basically no passing in it at all because of how windy and how terrible the weather was in Cleveland. But I don't think that's always going to be a thing. We know that Fuller can produce wide receiver 1 numbers in any given week, and he can really just go off at a moment's notice, especially with Deshaun Watson passing the ball like he has been this year. So go out and grab Fuller. His value should be pretty low right about now. Then also another player I think has some upside is Jerry Jeudy for the Denver Broncos. Now, Jeudy has looked really, really good this year. The only thing that's really kind of hampering him is the fact that Drew Lock has just been not been playing good football recently. But we've seen wide receivers produce despite bad quarterback play in the past, and I think Jeudy has the talent to do this. We've seen Allen Robinson do it. I think Judy's going to be able to do it well as well, and he's a solid depth piece going into the playoffs. If you can add him, he's someone that, let's say you have a wide receiver get injured and you're in the middle of the playoffs, you need somebody to plug in and start, I would feel very comfortable having Jeudy on my roster to fill that role.
Okay, guys, so those ones you should go target. So now let's figure out who you should try to get off your roster before you can't. So Caleb, who should we feel okay with trading away?
So one player I think you should absolutely trade away is Malcolm Brown, running back for the Rams. Now, he had a big day this past Sunday. He had 2 touchdowns, but the problem is that he's stuck in a committee. So he's sharing touches with Darrell Henderson and with Cam Akers, and the Rams are kind of trying to make sure that Cam Akers gets more touches now. So he's going to see his usage increase, which is going to cut into Malcolm Brown's workload. Not every week is he going to score 2 touchdowns. So his value is going to be at its highest right now. So try to sell him to somebody, especially if someone needs a running back and is kind of desperate. You should be able to sell Brown at a fairly high price. Also, try to sell Marvin Jones. He's coming off of a huge game for the Detroit Lions, but he's really been benefiting from Kenny Galladay's absence. Galladay has been out with a hip injury for the last couple of weeks, but he should be returning fairly soon. So before he returns, sell Jones while his value is high. We saw earlier this year that when Galladay is in the lineup, Jones just does not produce consistent numbers, so sell him while you can. And then finally, DJ Moore, wide receiver for the Panthers, can also be sold right now. He had one of his best games of the season this past week, but he's been very inconsistent all year. He has not lived up to the hype that was surrounding him this past offseason. He has not performed as well as he did last year, and I really think that you could likely sell him at a pretty high price right now and feel pretty good about it, so sell DJ Moore as well.
Okay, guys, go out, buy low, sell high, and really create a team that's going to be competitive and hopefully help you win the championship in your league. We're going to go on ahead and say sayonara to Caleb while I throw up a recap. And guys, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to us. But now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to let you know that my name's Jaden. This is Fantasy Tomorrow, where we're giving you the information to learn today and win tomorrow. See you guys next week.